So what is TRE, or tension and trauma releasing exercises? And more importantly, how can it benefit you? Let's find out. Hi, I'm ANDRÉ from rewireandthrive.com. In this video, I'd like to tell you more about TRE, or tension and trauma releasing exercises, and demonstrate to you what it looks like in order to help you decide whether it's something you can benefit from. A very clever man named Dr. David Baselli developed a simple-to-learn series of bodily exercises that mildly stretch specific muscles to activate our body's natural reflex mechanism of shaking or tremoring in a safe and controlled way. And he called it TRE, or tension and trauma releasing exercises. This shaking helps the body to release deep muscular patterns of stress, tension, and trauma, and helps the nervous system return to a healthy state of balance. He developed TRE while working with communities in the Middle East and Africa who were traumatized due to war. And he discovered that using TRE on these individuals reduced the need for drugs and psychotherapy to control their PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms. Dr. Baselli has also used TRE extensively and very successfully with US war veterans to reduce their PTSD and trauma symptoms. And subsequently, TRE has been taught to thousands of people all over the world. So let's look at some other benefits TRE has to offer. I've been doing TRE for years already, and every time I finish it, I feel calmer and more relaxed. And that's pretty much what I hear from all my clients. And not only do they report feeling calmer and more relaxed, but they sleep better, feel less angry, less anxious, less stressed, more motivated, have better focus and concentration, and they have a reduction in addictive behaviors. And because of all these positive changes in them, they find that just about all of their relationships also improve, personal and professional. So how is all of this possible? It's quite simple actually. TRE helped to calm their nervous system and restore it to a healthy state of balance. So they are no longer stuck in a dysregulated brain and nervous system caused by toxic stress and trauma, because that can lead to very inappropriate feelings and behaviors affecting all areas of your life. So let's take a closer look at this natural reflex mechanism of shaking or tremoring which TRE activates in our bodies. Have you ever experienced jitters before an exam or a public speech, where your body literally starts shaking? Or maybe you've observed the shaking personally or in someone else who has just been through a scary or traumatic experience. And have you ever wondered why our bodies shake like that? It's because when you experience trauma or a lot of stress, your muscles get very contracted and your body gets flooded with hundreds of chemicals and stress hormones. But our bodies always try to maintain balance or homeostasis, and that's why it initiates the shaking, which is known as neurogenic or nervous system tremors. It does this to literally shake out the tension and trapped chemicals in your body. And it also soothes and calms down the nervous system. Most mammals have this amazing built-in ability to shake or tremor. It's the same mechanism that gets activated, for example, in dogs during a thunderstorm or in the unfortunate event they are exposed to fireworks. Unfortunately, when we start to shake, we tend to see it as a weakness, and therefore we suppress it whenever it happens to us. And when we see it in someone else, our natural response is to hold them, to get them to stop shaking. But the best thing you could do for that person is to just let them shake, because that's the quickest way to get rid of the tension and stress hormones in their body. So who could benefit from TRE? Who's it for? The short answer would be that everybody can benefit from it, because all of us carry stress, tension, and trauma in our bodies. But TRE is especially helpful for people who suffer from anxiety, anger, stress, tension, trauma, or PTSD. These conditions may be the result of things like chronic stress, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, traumatic injuries, domestic violence, natural disasters, or violent crime. But there could be many other reasons, of course. So it could be something acute, meaning it was a short, intense experience, or it could be due to a chronic experience, which was perhaps less intense, but it went on for a long time. And one of the many benefits of TRE is that you don't even have to talk about the traumatic event or re-experience it to find relief from its negative symptoms. These negative symptoms may include things like anxiety, anger or rage, sleep difficulties, tight muscles, headaches, low energy, depression, low mood, poor focus and concentration, sexual difficulty, and addictions. These negative symptoms are partly due to unresolved cognitive and emotional content. But another big cause of their negative symptoms is a lot of these people are stuck in fight, flight, or freeze mode due to recent or past toxic stress or trauma they've experienced. In other words, they are stuck in a dysregulated brain and nervous system. TRE can be of enormous help to them because it calms the nervous system and it reduces stress levels significantly. It helps them to come down from fight, flight, or freeze mode into the calm, rest and digest mode, which is where we are supposed to be most of the time. TRE manages to do this by releasing deep muscular tension in the body, which then causes deep relaxation. Most people experience TRE as soothing, pleasant, and calming, and it increases their sense of peace, well-being, and groundedness. But you may be wondering, how does deeply relaxing my body calm my nervous system and brain? It's because there's constant communication between your body and brain. And it's bidirectional, meaning it goes both ways. The brain sends messages to your body, and your body sends messages to your brain. So when we are able to calm and relax your body, it signals to your brain and nervous system that they too can calm down and relax and stop releasing stress hormones into your body. Alright, now that you have a better understanding of what TRE is and what it does, let me demonstrate to you what it looks like when you do it. So after doing a series of gentle exercises, which you will be guided through step by step, you will end up on the floor in this position. Then you just need to find the right angle with your legs, and then the magic begins. What you are seeing here is that natural built-in reflex mechanism we all have that gets activated in a safe and controlled way. It's known as neurogenic or nervous system tremors, and you can stop it immediately whenever you choose to. You are in full control. To be honest with you, the first time I saw somebody do TRE, got a bit of a fright. I thought the person was having a seizure or they were in some altered state of consciousness or something. So just wanted to show you that's not the case. You are fully conscious. It's a very soothing and relaxing experience. The body is just doing its thing. I'm not doing it. However, I can stop at any moment I want to by just straightening my legs. And that's it. So you're in full control. It's not like this thing takes you over and you can't do anything about it. You are in complete control. And when you want to resume, simply lift your legs. And it will just start up again. I know it looks very weird, but trust me, it's actually very soothing and calming. I haven't had one client who complained about it or who didn't enjoy it. Try it. And also, as you'll see, sometimes it goes to my legs and then it goes to my upper body again. It's always changing. I wanted to say it's never the same, but it is. Many sessions are very similar, but you will also go through phases over the weeks and months, and you'll see it will change. It goes wherever it needs to go, and the nice thing is you can just sit back and let it do its thing. You don't have to figure it out. Your body has its own intelligence, and it will go wherever it needs to go. You can see now it's more in my upper body, and it may sound very uncomfortable, but actually it isn't. It's just awkward to talk while it's here. But again, whenever you've had enough, you just straighten your legs. You're done. Give it a try. You won't regret it. By the way, the majority of my clients only start tremoring or shaking in their legs during the first few sessions. And eventually, after numerous sessions, the tremors start to work their way up into their upper bodies. Therefore, it's unlikely that your first few sessions will produce as much movement as you saw in this demonstration. So some of those moments may have seemed intense or uncomfortable to you, but they weren't. Like I said earlier, I always feel calmer and more relaxed after a TRE session. Now, some people are a bit shocked when they see someone doing TRE for the first time, like I was. But this reflex mechanism is something that is actually completely normal and natural. We were all born with it to help our bodies cope with stress and trauma. We just don't see it very often in ourselves or others. TRE activates this natural reflex mechanism in a safe and controlled way. It's a simple but very powerful technique that has been used all over the world to help thousands of people overcome the stress and trauma they've experienced. Thank you for watching. See you next time.